What to look for in a mentor? Well, one of the things that I do remember as a kid is that I didn't necessarily ask anybody to be a mentor. I just remember that there were certain things about individuals that stood out in my mind, and they were my secret mentors and didn't know that they were my mentors. One individual in particular that I can think of from my law school days, Judge Cote. I remember that she was a strong woman, but the thing that stood out the most is that she was loving. And I remember during uh, one of the holiday seasons, my car had the tires were blown out, and I remember that not only did she open her home for us to come in and have Thanksgiving dinner with her, but she had gone ahead, and her and her spouse, they had gone ahead and purchased new tires for my vehicle. And again, this was just my coach, for the team that I was on. But what stood out for me is that she cared about me, even though we weren't family. I was just a student at school that needed some help. Her How big her heart was and how much she cared, it stood out in my mind. And that was something that caused me to also look at her as a mentor. Again, she didn't know it, but how she cared about me meant something, and it left an impression on me, and it helped me to have a desire to want to connect with other young women in the same way. So that's one of the qualities that I look for in a mentor, is how do you treat people that are not your family. Something else that is beneficial when it comes to the things that I look for in a mentor is how the person manages their emotions, how they carry themselves, their presence when they walk in a room. Like, when somebody walks in a room, in the eyes, they watch that person, how that person speaks, how that person interacts. Those are things that I look for in a mentor, because I want to find someone that has qualities that influence people. When I think about the leaders that I'm into, some of the civil rights leaders from the past, they had these qualities, the way that they spoke when they walked into a room, that influenced people. And so I want a mentor that can teach me how to do that, how to influence individuals, how to be persuasive, how to change minds and attitudes to make a difference in your community or your organization. And the other thing that I think is important in a mentor is transparency. Individuals that are not ashamed of their past, individuals that are open and vulnerable, that are genuine and allow you to see their weaknesses and their flaws. That is somebody that I definitely want to be in their company, and I want them to mentor me because they're real. Because I want to be a real person. I believe I'm a real person, and so I would want a mentor that is willing to say, hey, I'm not perfect, but I'm still growing. I'm not perfect, but I'm still getting back up, because we all fall short, and we need people in our lives that will help us to understand how you can mess up and get back up and keep moving. So those are some of the things that are important to me personally when it comes to calling somebody a mentor. And it doesn't even need to be that you ask them to be a mentor. It could be that these are just individuals that you're in their space, you're in their company, and you're paying attention to their behavior, the way that they speak. These are things that I personally do. I think I've asked one person to be a mentor and they said, yeah, sure. And they never really invested in me. And the individuals that became mentors naturally were just individuals that opened up their homes to me or provided me with the things that I needed, not because I said that I needed it, but because they saw that, hey, this is a way that I can take this young lady's hand and help her through this struggle that she's going through. And they ended up being mentors that way. And so being a mentor is a wonderful thing. Having a mentor is a wonderful thing. It's a great relationship. And I just wish that more of us made an intentional decision to be one or the other, because we all need somebody to be in relationship with to help us on this journey that we call life. So hopefully, these tips will help you on your journey in developing yourself and becoming the person that God intended you to be as well. Thank you.